Recently, there was a trending video by a lady called Ifynanya on how she rescued her father from the village. That's what I will be dissecting. Remember, we are here to learn and relearn. I wouldn't want to delve so much in the story, but I'll give you a background of what you should know. But most importantly, what I want us to derive at the end of this video is on lessons we must have grabbed from this story, or we will grab from this story for those who are hearing this story for the first time. But before then, I want to welcome all my subscribers. You're welcome back to the channel. And if you're seeing this face for the first time, I want to welcome you special and urge you to subscribe, join the family. Let us all learn and relearn. Yeah. Now let's dive straight into the video. So a lady by the name Ifynanya from Anambra State, Enugu precisely, but she is based in the United States of America, told us a story about how she rescued her father, who retired to Nigeria. Yeah, her father is a US citizen who has worked for 25 years, I guess, and decided to retire back in Nigeria. When he retired back in Nigeria, there was this contact between him and his daughter, and will I say, yeah, they were always in touch. But at some point, according to her, there was this gap in communication, which she felt wasn't normal. And she came down to Nigeria to, I don't know whether for a vacation. Okay, some say she came to see her boyfriend and decided to make a stopover at her village in Enugu. And what she discovered was disheartening. Yeah, the father has been sick. I think he was down with stroke, and he wasn't taking, let's just say, the siblings were not taking good care of him, you know, from what she said. And it was like back and forth, and she told us all the back and forth story to, you know, move the man back to US, where he's going to get adequate medical treatment and all the hurdles. The most important thing is that there's a smeared relationship between this woman and the father's siblings. That's her uncles and aunties. Maybe because of the way she came to pick up her father. I don't know. What I would generally say about this thing is, I want to term it like the normal family problems. Yeah, as a family, we all have problems. We all have, nobody is perfect, no human being is perfect, so we'll keep having these problems and we'll keep sorting it out. I just wish they will sort out their issues amicably and everybody is happy, healthy, most importantly healthy. And might I add, there have been other sources, I don't know, from the uncle's side, I guess, but not directly from the uncle anyway. Somebody was speaking, or seems to be speaking, on behalf of the uncles on TikTok. The person also made his own allegations on how the girl was not showing care and the father was left like that. You know, at the end of the day, there is always three sides of the story to every situation. Their story, her story, and the facts. I'm here to take out the facts so we can learn lessons from the story. What should we learn from the story? Number one thing we should learn from the story is to plan for our retirement. Yes, to plan for our retirement. And when you talk about planning for your retirement, people always talk about the financial aspect, which is key. And in the case of this man, he secured the financial retirement. Yes, he secured his financial retirement plan, but I feel he didn't make other adequate plans. Now, let me tell you, for those people that age, I don't think they can give, maybe physically able to give some certain level of care. Yes, that's my own opinion. That's my own opinion. You can drop yours in the comment section. I don't think they are physically, fit to give such. This is because I'm just checking the age gap from the picture. I might be wrong. Let's all drop our thoughts in the comment section. I might be wrong, but from the picture I am seeing, they might not. There's no serious gap between them. So I feel age-wise, they are not physically that fit to give such care. When somebody is sick at that age and with stroke, is a very kind of serious illness down here. You need all types of lifting, caring, if possible, bathing, shaving, taking care of the person, which is quite tasking. And I don't think these people are physically fit because of their age. At the same time, I don't think they are that exposed. I don't know their educational qualification. Let me not just generalize. I don't know their educational qualification. But from what I'm seeing, they are the type that believe in all this traditional religious treatment, which they felt was the best thing they are giving to their brother. And it might not be. It was definitely not the best from what this lady was explaining on her TikTok video. It was definitely not the best treatment the man can get. Yeah, but that's the best they can offer. So you have to care. When you're planning for retirement, you should know that you are quite advanced you will be quite advanced in age, and you will think about those who will give you this care. First, make sure you secure your financial retirement plan, because you don't have that physical ability to be everywhere and everywhere. Like, when you were much younger, you can do this, travel to this city, travel here and there, and they still call you up for a meeting. You will be there, you are here, you are everywhere. You don't have such liberty because age is definitely not on your side anymore. So when planning your retirement, first of all, secure your financial retirement plan. When you secure this financial retirement plan, you secure other plans like the caregiver who is going to give you this care. Even if he happens to be your aged sibling or siblings, make sure you make your money work for you in terms of making sure they can use your money and hire a caregiver who is knowledgeable. Yes, because from what I gathered, that man could afford a nurse who could, a living nurse. Yes, just like our people do carer work over there. You can get a carer that will care for you. Yeah, take care of you. Such person, of course, must be knowledgeable to some extent about some health issues and to give care when it comes medical care, at least first aid. The person should be able to care for you in terms of the cleaning up, in terms of making sure you're eating and feeding well, your nutrition is, up there and all of that. Which siblings who have their own problems and probably aged as you might not be able to give you all those things in totality. I watched a video where somebody also said you can also get married. For the men, you can also get married. Maybe if you don't have a wife, you can also decide to remarry, maybe marry a younger person in Nigeria. But we know what is associated with such plan. Yes, most times with this exposure people are having, I tell you, nobody wants to give such care anymore. If you find it's good to make attempt, and if you find, that is good for you. But if you don't find, I think you get a carer, pay good money to enjoy your life. And that's why you worked all these years to make this money, to secure this financial plan. So put it to good work. How about that? You can make other physical plans, like the house you are going to live in, the town you are going to settle in. Because if, for instance, in this case, this man moved all the way from United States of America to a village, his village in Enugu, of course, the disparity between these two towns, or will I say these two countries, is big. One has it all when it comes to medical equipment and assessing medical care, compared to the other. All those things is what you put into considerations, yes, before you decide, okay, this is how my retirement will look like, this is how or where I want to retire. And if you, that's not to say, I'm not saying you shouldn't retire in your hometown, to your family, to your loved ones. No, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying, since you know that this is what they lack, and this could be a challenge to you, make adequate plans. Yes, make adequate plans to cover such challenges. Like I mentioned also, you plan, how do you want to live? Where is the house you're going to live? If you're the type that like your privacy, your exclusivity, and all of that, I think you might have to erect your own house, which you will enjoy all the privacy that comes with it. Most times, people might even decide to build a house that at the end of the day, it becomes so difficult to live in, considering their age. When you have this sprawling mansion with no adequate staff, yes, for a mansion you must have a lot of staff in them to care for you, because you can be at the other end, you will not know what is going on in the other end, and you're not so young that you can move from this side to this side, or move from one 3-story building down to the ground floor and all of that. All these things, we just need to put them into consideration to have a good retirement. Yes, because we all look forward to retire. Even when you don't look forward to retire, you must retire. You must surely retire someday. So making plans is one sure way to enjoy your old age. Also, another lesson we should be learning from this story is the fact that we should check up on our aged loved ones. Yes, I know life is lifing, especially in this generation. Things are very tight. You always, going for one thing or the other, and life is fast-paced these days. But we must not forget to check up on our loved ones, because had it been she wasn't checking up on her father, she wouldn't have known the deplorable condition the father's health was in. So let's just try and show care to our loved ones, especially those aged ones who have taken their time, spent all their years caring for us, showing us love, taking us to school, all those school run, all those stress, solving your problems. It's time to pay back. Let me not just say it in a way that it may come off in a wrong angle. It's time to to appreciate. It's time to show favor. It's time to say thank you. And one sure way to say thank you is to check up on all these people and know what they need, and know exactly how to come in. Another sure way to plan for a retirement is to settle all those baggages you are carrying. Because from what I could tell from this story is that there is no wife, And from the rumors we're hearing is that the man and the wife, they are no longer living together. And all this talk, all this tussle here and there, I have not seen where the wife said anything. I have not seen where the wife or where the brothers said anything. It shows there's lack of relationship between these people. And most times when people, husband and wife, quarrel and they get separated, I don't know why they get their children involved. Always try not to, I know it's difficult, but try not to get your children involved. And some people tend to take out that hatred they suddenly have for their ex-spouse to the children, which is wrong, which can smell, which can destroy any relationship between, any form of relationship you have with your children before the breakup. Is not so good. And when you are getting old, I think it's time to mend fences. Mending fences does not mean that you are going to live with your ex-wife or you are going to get back together, but you outgrow some certain level of enmity. You just tend to, reconcile with everyone. Yeah. Bring them together, love them, try to mend fences. If not for anything, it gives you peace of mind. Apart from just checking up on you and showing you care and making sure you enjoy your retirement and old age, it just gives you that peace of mind you need at that age. That is my own humble thoughts, or rather lessons I feel we can all learn from this Ifynanya story. Remember to give me your own opinion, yes, your own thoughts. Drop it in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, remember to give it a like, share it as well. See you soon. Bye-bye.